priests, they were all wearing the black robe. That technology has existed for 2,000 years. It's been the same robe. Under the robe, if you look at the shoes, they all wear modern shoes. There was a guy wearing like Skechers. Like there's
Skechers.
no priesthood shoes.
They really fell from grace because they used to be the rock stars. They used to get all the money, and now they're going to like Payless shoes.
Yeah, they're wearing Payless shoes.
They're buying shoes from like Winners now or whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome live from Berlin. This is the Good Night Podcast.
Oh my God.
We are chilling in the beer garden.
Yeah, the beer garden of the hostel.
Of the hostel. It's a beautiful hostel. It's a nice room.
It's really cool.
We just landed, 5-10 minutes ago? Not even.
Yeah.
Well, we arrived 10 minutes ago, and now we decided
we flew in.
Just bang one out.
Yeah, bang one out. Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh in the air.
Cheers in German.
Sorry, didn't I bring a glass?
Yes. I'm very hurt and angry at you for not bringing a mug. But I decided this trip should help me work on my anger issues and my.
This guy's a materialist, guys.
My analist.
He's a materialist.
Attitude, my German attitude towards planification. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
You seem happy. You seem a bit bloated.
Do I? Huh?
Yeah. When I left you, your face was like chiseled.
I know.
But now I understand. You told me you've been drinking 12 beers a day.
Bad. Even like I was looking at pictures of myself at the beginning. I was like, that was.
You look European. You look like a tennis player. Now you look like a retired tennis player. Like at the beginning of his retirement. So tell the world where you've been.
Yeah,
you went to?
So the first trip me and Claire, we flew to Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Yeah. Well, I kept on saying Barcelona. Nobody says Barcelona.
No?
It's Ibiza.
Ibiza, but not Barcelona?
Because Ibiza was with a Z. Barcelona.
No, they're wrong. It's Barcelona.
Barcelona.
It's Barcelona.
So, man. We flew. We found there's an Air Transat airline has like these split fares where you can land in a city and then fly out of another city, and it's the same price.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have typically if you were to do it would be really, really expensive to find like two different the same. So
but you have to plan your own travel from.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't have to. Like I don't have to fly back to Barcelona now to fly home. So we're like, it would cost the same to fly to London. Yeah. Because Claire's brother was getting married in Newcastle, right? So we're like, and there's no direct flight from London to Newcastle. Okay. Only from London. So we'd have to book our train or another flight. So we're like, screw it, let's go to Barcelona. It's the same price, and we'll just get a hotel and just go to the beach and. So we did that. I'm like, I didn't know anything about Barcelona. I kept on like pretending I knew things about Barcelona.
It's in España. That's all we know.
That's all I know. Yeah, they beat England recently in the Euro Cup. Destroyed them. Yeah, they were in the final together. So there's a lot of contention there.
Contention? Is that a word?
Contention, like
tension. What's contention?
I think it's like tension. I think it's tension. I heard the word contention, but there's a lot of it's a contention.
I missed this. I haven't seen it in so long. It's been a week.
It's been like 10 days. No?
Yeah.
I don't even know when I left. It's been 10 days.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. And oh my God. Yeah, so we flew in and I slept on the airplane. I didn't think I would sleep on an airplane. I slept almost the whole way.
Yeah, you're 40 now, bro.
I was like, whoa.
You're 85 years old.
I know.
That's what we do.
Because I thought like, I need a comfortable pillow and a dildo or whatever. But I remember when we went to when we went camping recently, our air bed
mattresses.
Air mattress blew out of air. It broke, right? So I had to sleep on the hard ground one night. And I did it. I was like, and I woke up and I was like, I feel great. Like my back was like, because sometimes I wake up all stiff. And this is like a Vietnam vet waking up all like, like all happy for once.
Let's go kill some Vietnamese.
Go chop a guy's dick.
Ching chong. We just know there's people around us, and they thought we were a red pill podcast.
They saw the battery packs. They're like, shit, it's the sign. We landed in Barcelona. I don't know anything. I've only ever been to like UK. I've been to Italy. I've been to Greece. And I've been to Ireland. And I know like Ireland and the UK, they're kind of similar. Well-developed countries. There's like no difference between our country and their country. I've been to Cuba. That's my only reference to Spain is Cuba. And they're nothing alike at all. They're nowhere near each other.
One is a communist country with an embargo. You're like, oh, look, toothpaste. Mamma Mia. No, well, the Cuban version of Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Cuban version of
Oh.
Ay, Chihuahua. So we flew down to Barcelona.
Yeah.
I'm like looking around. I'm like, this is just like regular world, but with like Spanish people. Like it's just this is what Mexico and Cuba wanted to be all along, right? It's beautiful. Everything. It's like everyone is like wearing nice clothes. I'm like, this is.
Yeah, it's a rich.
I had no idea. So we go, and I'm like, at first I was a little apprehensive talking to the driver. He spoke perfect English, nice car, the little radio, air conditioning. I'm like, and we go in the city. I'm like blown away immediately how beautiful it is. I'm like, this is insane. There's like the beach on one side and mountains on this side, and it's like just beautiful highways and nice.
You took photos?
Yeah, I have photos. Yeah, I have photos. I don't know, my phone or Claire's phone. And
post them.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
I want them to appear as.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, and then we go in a hotel. Hotel's nice, whatever. We're like, let's go out immediately. We're going because I think we napped for like an hour. Like we were tired, we need more sleep, you know. And then we go, we're walking. We don't know where anything is. We don't have any SIM cards yet. We're just wandering the roads, and we're just walking. We see the beach, and then we see all this. It's just like. So the beach is the whole city along Barcelona. So it goes for like however long the city is. It's like forever and ever. It's huge and it's all nice.
Like Tel Aviv.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks very similar to
People are chill. It's just like a beach city. Like in a beach city, everyone is like cool, relaxed, everyone's sexy.
Everyone's like ripped and in shaped. You know. Yeah, everyone's beautiful. Yeah. Everyone's like, everyone's on the beach, but it's also very chill. There wasn't a lot of music. You know, like you go to like I've been to not Mexico, whatever.
You've been to a resort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But in places like Cuba, you can't go. You can't really. Yeah. You could, but you.
Chihuahua. Ouch.
Ay caramba. And but it's like very chill, and you know what it's like? It's like Italy, but if Italy wasn't in your face, it's about being Italy. Italy, it's like they'll tax you, like they'll charge you extra if you want to sit at the table. They'll charge you extra if you want a coffee. They're like, and they're all like kind of like stuck up. And
you're in Italy, yeah. But the food the food cannot be as good as Italy.
Depend. Oh, I'll get to it. Yeah, I'll get the food.
Oh, so excited.
But
I miss you, man. I miss this. I know.
I miss doing the podcast. It's been so long. It feels like I haven't even.
Gee, I miss your awesome stories.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're an awesome storyteller.
Okay, I'm trying. I told you I was gonna write everything out. And I did. So I'm going by memory. I was like, I need because there's so many things. And I'm like, oh, so like.
Good galant.
Good beer. It's not bad. Is that what that means? Good beer? Good land?
I have no idea.
Gibraltar?
There's nothing written in English.
Gibraltar.
By the way, guys, one of the funnest thing I realized is Gabe trying to read German is... Yeah. You know how Gabe is the king of sounds, as you guys heard on the last podcast? Gabe speaking German is just Gabe doing sounds.
Glucks. Like.
Yeah, you think? Gluck, gluck, gluck? Ah.
Maybe.
Gluck, gluck, gluck.
It's for whites. And then we're walking, and then we're like, we don't know any areas. I went to the library. I got myself a guidebook. I never read it. None of us did any of our homework. I think that's the best way to explore a city, just not know anything about it.
Yeah, especially if it's like a modern city where you can get lost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't know. I had no idea they had beautiful buses and trams and metros. And I'm like, I was looking at like you don't need a car in Barcelona if you want to travel to another city. Yeah, you probably need a car, but they have like trains and shit. It's all, and we're just walking and I'm like so tired. Like I know I slept, but I'm just a tired guy. And then we find like this beautiful park. I'll put a picture of this beautiful park with like parrots and birds.
Parrots?
Yeah, it was really cool.
There's parrots? Yeah. Spanish parrots?
Yeah.
Hola. Barcelona.
It's hard to tell a story without like showing you the things because I'm like, it's like
you're telling to them so you can show it while you're telling.
Yeah. But it'd be like, oh, I saw a nice fountain. It's a beautiful fountain. Right, and then we kept on walking. We ended up in the Gothic quarter, where it's like one of the oldest parts of the city. That was
everyone listened to The Cure.
That's why I thought
Friday I'm in love.
I didn't
the
know.
Smith.
I didn't know it was called the Gothic Quarter because it's built during the Gothic, the era of Europe or whatever. Because I saw a lot of goths around, like
really
dressed up as goths.
Like Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. All like young, like from like 19 to like 30. A lot of guy with a gothic hat, like a top hat, like
top hat,
like a slash or whatever. Like he had like that, and we just kept on popping into.
But wait, emo gothic people are in the gothic area.
So. It must be because
they must not know. They're like, damn it, that's not what they mean by goth.
I think also that area, around that area, has a lot of really like, it's more like kind of hipstery and funky. There's a lot of like music venues and like, and the bars are like different to, like in my head, when I think of a bar, I think of like in the UK, there's like a pub, you go in, it's like a big walls and like big bar and there's a dog and a guy's playing, has a monocle, This is like the bars. It's like, think of like just the area of like half of this structure.
Yeah.
And you walk in and there's just a bar and there's like two guys sitting there eating cheese or tapas and shit.
Hamon.
What's that?
It's a ham.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They love ham.
Yeah, they love ham. And then they love bravas. You know what bravas is? You ever been to Bustan?
Yeah.
It's garlic potatoes. It's exactly like that. And I was like, oh, I got to try that. And I'm like, I had the worst breath all day. I was like, ew. Like, I didn't have that again. I was like, ugh. And so we just kept on, like, stopping at little bars and, like, having a beer and, like, walking. Everything's so cheap.
Yeah?
It's not like Italy. It's, like, everything's, like, half the price of Italy out there. So you have, like, a nice meal. So we stop at a place for tapas. It's, like this in the Gothic Quarter, really old, like kind of square, and there's people like skateboarding off like huge Gothic staircases. It's so dangerous, and and there's this old grandma that's like yelling at the kid in Spanish, "Hasta bueno, no bueno." I'm like jet lagged, I'm drunk, I'm full, I'm like had the best day ever. The day started like, when you fly, it starts like early that day,
you're
and
exhausted,
it comes, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll sleep early. Me and Claire were like, we'll go to bed by 9. It's like 10 p.m. We're still out, and we're like an hour walk away from our hotel. So we're walking, and then we go down past the Gothic Quarter. It's like this kind of hipster area, and there's a sign that says comedy show. And I'm like, comedy show. I'm in Europe. Who cares, And Claire's like, let's go in. Let's go check it out. And I'm like so tired. I'm like exhausted. And then I go in, and it's a bunch of like, expat comics. None of them were Spanish. A lot of them were from either Australia or like England. Or
I think
like,
Michelle Wolf lives in Barcelona.
I think she lives there. Yeah. I was supposed to. I got offered. Well, not offered. I got booked to do the club that she performs at, the clubhouse or whatever. Okay. And I couldn't. Like, I booked some. Like, how like I booked the wrong date. I booked the date I was leaving. So I was like, I can't. Sorry, guys. But next time. They're so nice. By the way, they're like.
They just gave you a spot. You walked in.
I walked in. At first, I wasn't gonna do it.
Funny enough.
Yeah. Right. I was thinking. So, place was packed. There was like 100 people crammed in this room. Everyone's like listening, laughing. Comics, they're okay. They're like not. They seem like kind of. This is what I figure Barcelona is for like comedians and artists and like weirdos and stuff. Barcelona is a little bit like the Alaska or the Florida of the United States. It's where everybody goes to kind of run away and like reinvent themselves. Because I met so many people that were like, oh, I'm from here, but now I'm here, and I lost weight, I'm happy, and the sun is out.
He's wearing shirts like you, and a completely different person.
Oh, yeah. It's people. Actually, no, they don't, actually. They wear, like, they're very, like, stylish. You can, they're very,
You're stylish.
Well, this is stylish now in
Canada.
America. Or North America.
Yeah.
Now, they're ahead of us. So now, whatever they're
What are they wearing?
They're wearing just, like...
Because you want to be avant-garde, so you should learn.
I know, but
from the Espanol.
It's too close. It's back to tight again.
It's back to tight.
Tight.
Well, you're losing weight. Maybe you should.
No, not anymore. Or just my head. Actually, I'm not like fat or anything. Just my head is huge. My head. I'm looking at my head. I'm
so wait, describe. Yeah. Oh, I'm very curious. I love fashion. Mm-hmm. So what's the style of clothing now popular amongst the Spaniards?
It's like.
Start with the men.
Oh, I don't know. It's like kind of like, actually maybe the pants fit in, like tightish pants,
slim fit. Shoes? Is it like, in Canada we have sneakers?
It's a lot of like running shoes,
not Air Jordan.
Not Air Jordan. No, not Air Jordan. It's all like, Puma and that. And then like Asics, a lot of people wore like a lot of like like really fitted soccer jersey kind of thing. I don't know if it's a soccer jersey, but it looks like it has like those kind of bright colors or whatever. But then there's a lot of expats, and expats just wear from the UK. They go to
Interesting.
They go to Primark, you know, and then so yeah. Claire's like, go ask the host was on, and I was like, go ask the host to get on and get a spot. And I'm like, that's not how it works. You don't just ask for a spot. What are you, crazy? I was thinking from the point of view of the producer. Guy asked me for a spot. I'm like quitting comedy. I'm like, no way. You can hear? I'm gonna strangle the guy.
Yeah. And the oubliette.
Yeah, and so but I'm like, whatever. What do I got to lose? So I go up to the lady. I'm like, can I go on? She's like, oh, how long have you been doing comedy? I'm like, I don't know. Like, they don't ask you how long you do. They ask you how many gigs have you done. They don't, and I'm like, I don't know, like 1,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she's like, holy moly, mamma mia, Chihuahua. She's like, oh, caramba. And then she's like, do you want to go on next? And I'm like, okay, next. What? I know. I could have been, but also, you know, I gave the lingo. You know, she was like, when do you want the? I asked like, when you give the lights. So she's like, okay, so he knows the lingo. I'm like, yeah, who's the? I don't know what else lingo there is. Like, is that the stage
set line up?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they're going to the beer garden. Oh, okay. But
So she's like, you're going up next,
and the person before me was like kind of bombing, doing shit. The person before that person was doing okay, and I go on and I like have the greatest set I've ever had. The whole bar is like, blah. Like Claire even has, you know, like bartenders, like at a certain point they just don't give a shit. Like Claire has a video of the bartenders going like, and then I get off stage, everyone's going crazy. I'm like,
you're signing autographs,
dude. You know what it was? I just had a little bit of energy compared to everybody else. I was just like spanking my ass like crazy, and like just like I was doing like, who's a good boy? I was like, blah. And then I pointed at a guy. So whatever, yeah, I pointed at a guy. And then I get off stage, everyone's buying me drinks and shit. I'm like, I can't, I'm drunk. And then we're just hanging out.
That's first day,
yeah. And then
you barely slept.
You're
drunk.
I'm drunk.
Walking in the sun.
Yeah, I'm
tired,
exhausted.
You just slept in the plane. Mm-hmm. You've been walking for hours.
Yeah, hours.
You see a comedy club. You walk in, you're like, hola, can I perform? And they're like, you're next. And she's like,
it was like a movie, man.
Like,
and it was
like, one man be so fucking hairy.
People are like, applause breaks and shit. They're so nuts. They're like, it's almost like they're starved for like at least a tiny bit of good comedy. It feels like, because the person before me, they were like, so I was walking to the store and I saw a man.
Oh, they're British.
A lot of British comics, you know. But you can tell, like I said, it's like we're comedians or artists. They go to hide or to start or to, if they, I don't know.
They murder someone.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot of people from England or wherever, and they move there, and they're all automatically like superstars in their shitty city. But it's a beautiful city. But anyway, the shitty scene. I don't know anything about the scene. I shouldn't.
Well, you did how many shows?
I only did 3 shows.
You did three shows?
Yeah.
You did 3 shows?
Yeah.
You did 3 shows in 4 days?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. And then, so then I asked him like, what do you have?
I just did 3 shows. You did more shows in Barcelona than you did in Montreal. You're like superstar. He walks with glasses on. He's indoors. You're like, sorry, I can't. He's smoking cigarettes now. Like, oh, no bueno. No flash photography, please. Ooh.
So I asked like, is there any other shows? And she's like, oh yeah. And she just gave me a list of all shows I can contact. And I go. The next show was like the next night. It was at this. It was like at a lesser nice bar. It was a nice bar, but whatever. It was more like a brewery. And I go on, and I was like, oh, I'm going to bring the same energy I brought to the first show. And so I go on, I'm like, super energetic, riffing, raffing. I'm doing super good off the top. Then I say, hey, who here thinks Harry's sexy, you know? This show had a lot of people from Spain. There was a lot of Spanish people. The other show before was people from all over the world. It was like a kind of a very touristy bar. And nobody said anything. And one woman was like, depends where. She was like kind of gross. And I was like, ah. And her boyfriend was next to him, and he was bald, but not bald. He was like very balding, like in a very unflattering way. And I said, I guess not on your head or whatever. I said, I was in my head, I thought this was going to get everyone offended. They were like, everyone's like, oh. And I'm like, what's wrong?
Oh, God. Because it's because the weather is so nice, they're not used to like being mean to each other,
like
ribbing.
Roasting and then there was there were Canadians, Americans in the audience, and they were like, bah.
Yeah.
And then I was making fun of him. I can't remember. I can't even channel a bit of Georgia Seeley. There was like these Chinese ladies with a white guy, and I was like, I own you. bitches now. It was getting but there was these Spaniards. They're getting madder and madder and madder. And then at one point I called like the guy gay or whatever. And then, like one guy, like the Canadian guy, gay, and he looked but the Spanish people, they're like, oh, no, and I was like, what? You don't make fun of people here in Spain? She's like, no, we do not do that in Spain. And then the guy's like, well, I'm Canadian. I'm like, exactly. And I give him a high five, and I kick over the mic stand. and I'm like, boom, bitch. And everyone's like, yeah, boom. And I get off, and then because the show's like so long, they have breaks. There's like a break. Yeah. So I leave during the break. Me and Claire, we go like grab some drinks. We come back at the end of the show, and everyone's so social. Everyone's like just getting high and drunk. There's like smoking weed. They're doing coke, drinking beers. Yeah, they're just getting up and so friendly. We're just like speaking to everyone.
Are these paid gigs, by the way, or just like open mic?
These were like during the middle of the week or whatever. Okay. It was like, what day was it? I don't remember. Oh no, I did a Saturday night, but they didn't pay. I didn't even think it. I was like, whatever. I got like free food and drink. I was like, whatever. Yeah, it's fine. But I'm guessing there's paid gigs. Yeah. I just showed up.
But it's crazy that there's full audience members. Like it's a full show. That's so cool.
And we met people. No, it's cool. Yeah, we were up till 4 in the morning.
4 shows.
No, we did. I did.
You did 3 shows in 4 days.
And then I did when I came back.
Poor Claire, going.
No, she was so into it. She was having fun because she never comes to the shows, And so she's like, woohoo, having fun. Because also we're staying up late, so after the show we go out and stuff, So we go back. Any questions? I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's more.
Oh well, we
can go back and forth. Yeah.
So I did. So when you left, I cried for a few days. Como
Dios míos.
Dios mío. Ay, papi. No, comedy has been. Honestly, I feel Montreal. I left Montreal like 3 days ago. In my mind, Montreal is years. Like. The second I landed in London, I'm like, what, Montreal? I forgot all about it.
I know.
So I asked my dad to drive me to the airport. Here's a fun thing that I learned from my dad. So as you know, my dad used to be a taxi driver. So we get to the airport, and you have to go up to go to departure and down for arrival.
Yeah.
And there's a huge lineup at departure.
Yeah.
So my dad's like, nah, forget this.
Yeah, go to arrival.
We go to arrival.
Oh, that's the best.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the staircase is here. Like, he knew everything. He's like, I always do this. I saved like 45 minutes.
Oh, it's the best.
I'm like, oh my God, it's so
anywhere,
awesome.
Anytime. Don't follow Waze all the time, folks.
Yeah.
Go follow your heart.
Follow your dad. Dad knows best.
Yeah. His dad.
Yeah, my dad. He's like, yeah, if it's closed, I'll take you to the hotel. You can just walk to it.
I'm like, what? That's cool.
He had so many ways to like bypass.
Wow. And he's like the best. Tim Hortons is there.
If you want chocolate, Timbits are there. If you want honey glaze, are there. So yeah, I come. Same thing. Fell asleep in the plane. By the way, there's something in the plane called raw dogging. Have you heard that? So that's a new term that Gen Zs are using. Is that when you travel but you don't listen to podcasts, you don't watch videos, you're just with your thoughts.
Oh, that's the worst. You did that?
I always do that.
You raw dog it?
I raw dog it. I'm 40 years old.
You don't listen to you listen to music nonstop all day, every day, damn day.
Yeah.
And this is one time.
Because I am in my circle. I listen to music, but I think at the same time. I'm listening to my thoughts. This is how I write. But in a foreign country, in a foreign land where I'm a foreigner, like I need to be aware of my surrounding. When I walk on Saint-Hubert at midnight, I know every pothole.
Oh, but I mean on an airplane.
I don't hear it as well. I don't hear it. I don't have a perfectly
not a podcast or whatever.
Raw dog it. For 9 hours,
That's. What the hell were you thinking then on the time? Were you were you meditating? Were you outer space?
Well, at the beginning, it's the thing that I do want. Like I told you, like yesterday. So I was in London. Like for 3-4 days, and yesterday I walked for like 17 kilometers, and I'm not listening to anything. So I'm just walking and thinking.
Yeah.
And that's what I like traveling alone is that you're enjoying the view, but also. You're like, oh, this is what I'm thinking about. Like, I'm thinking about my thoughts. Yeah. Like, oh, these are the thoughts I'm having. And then afterwards, like, oh, these are the thoughts that I'm having. You know what I mean? You start noticing your thoughts. Yeah. And you're like, okay, maybe these are dark thoughts, or these are happy thoughts, these are sad thoughts. So yeah, land, my hotel, my hostel was right in front of the British Museum. Like, that's nice. There's 2 buildings, but like the main building is right in front of the British Museum. It's insane how close it is. So I get there, I put my bags. Let's go to the British Museum.
Nice.
And I finally.
How many hours can you spend in the British Museum? Like,
I usually I spend 6 hours.
oh wow.
Yeah, I walk in at 11, leave at 5.
Wow.
But today, because I'm like, okay, I've seen it all. You know where I'm going after this. I don't want to say, let's leave it as a surprise. But I'm like, there's one section that I've been trying to see 3 years in a row. I go and it's closed. It's the Assyrian section.
Mm-hmm.
It's the old Iraq section. This, Iraq before it was Muslim. It was Assyrian. They had like different gods and stuff. I really wanted to go there. It's they say it's le berceau de l'humanité. It's like the first civilization of humanity is there. And I, for some reason, I've always been mesmerized by the Assyrian. Assyrian culture. It's called the Assyrian culture. It's like Iraq before it was Iraq. It's called Namrud, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like old kings. You'll see them sometimes, like long beards and slightly gay.
Oh, maybe I have.
Yeah.
Iraq, right?
Yeah.
Do they look kind of like? They look kind of like Spanish. Is that it? Because I met an Iraqi. I'm like, you're Iraqi? You look like Cuban or something.
In my mind, they all wear mascara for some reason. They all have like dark eyes.
Oh, like Xerxes.
Like kind of, yeah. Yeah. They're like long beards and they're all warriors.
Like in those clay pots.
It's based on like one king. Anyways, spent I think from maybe 11 to 1 or 2 there. That's all I did. I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy this.
Nice.
And then I went back to the hostel, took a nap. Then I met up with Amy. It was nice.
Okay, cool. Nice.
We went to eat together. It's fun. It's interesting to hang out with an ex. Not sexually, well, a little, but just chit chat, catch up. How's life?
Yeah, cool.
It was nice. She took me to went to eat delicious Korean restaurant. I walk in. I knew it was a Asian restaurant because it was full of Asians. But I'm like, what type of food am I eating? So I went to ask her then, like the lady. I said, sorry, what kind of Asian are you? And I kept making jokes like, what type of ching chong are you? She's like, Korean. I'm like, oh, thank you. So yeah, delicious food. And then she took me to Shoreditch and went to a very cool bar. I went to a motorcycle bar. So it's a bar.
Wait, sorry.
Your lady just landed?
Yeah. We'll at half an hour we'll take a break and then we'll I'll grab another beer.
So I went to a bar and there's like motorcycles in the bar. So cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So cool. And people can come with their motorcycles and park it, and so you're sitting and and you see all these like tough guys with like leather jackets and they look really like menacing. Anyway, so halfway through, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the washroom. I go to the washroom and I see these guys in the washroom, those motorcycle gang, but they're in front of the mirror and they're like, I'm like, oh, you're fake cool. You're not a rebel.
Can you polish my leather?
They're like, oh, the color is not like you could tell. They're like they're trying really hard to look cool.
Yeah, look cool.
Because if you have a motorcycle, you're cool automatically.
Yeah, because you're cheating death.
Yeah,
every
you're
time.
cheating death every time. It's like, whoa, 2 wheels, it's loud, keep the motor running.
Yeah.
And then I see in the motor, I'm like, oh, you're just a bunch of
Yeah, liars. Yeah.
I'm like, you're not masculine at all, at all. And then we went to a wine bar. It was nice. Cool. Shoreditch is very interesting. Yeah. A lot of cool black people there. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, it is cool.
And
when I fly back from here, I'm spending 2 days in London.
Yeah, cool. Go to Shoreditch.
Yeah.
Have you been to the British Museum?
I haven't. That's why I want to go.
Dude!
I know.
First of all, you need to reserve your ticket now.
Really?
Yeah, because it's free.
Okay, but
here's another technique if you want to bypass There's 2 entrances to the British Museum. You have the main entrance, which everyone knows, and then you have the back entrance. And the back entrance, there's like less people who use it. Don't bring any bags with you, because if you don't bring any bag, just go directly to I don't have a bag, and just show her a ticket. She barely looked at the ticket. Maybe you can fake a ticket. Okay. And you can just walk in. You don't have to wait in line at all. The lineup is to check if you have anything in your bags. So use the back entrance and don't bring any bags with you. And I saved like 45 minutes just to get in right away. Good. But reserve your ticket now if you want to.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do that.
So, so much fun at the British Museum, dude. So nice. Did you see the Rosetta Stone again?
The Rosetta Stone.
Yeah. Like the Rosetta Stone.
The gay comedian, what's his name?
Is that his last name?
No, the gay comic. His Instagram is like Rosetta.
The Rosetta. You know what's the Rosetta Stone?
I don't know.
You'll see it. It's in the Egyptian section. So in 1799, I believe, soldiers of Napoleon Bonaparte, they were looking for rocks or whatever to repurpose it to build something, and they found the stone. And the Rosetta Stone is a big slab of stone. and it has hieroglyphs. Another language, I think before Arabic, and Greek.
Oh.
And it was the first time
that
they could correlate like those funny drawings,
Okay.
hieroglyphs.
It's like a kind of like a translation.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it changed history because we're like,
That's
oh
so
my
cool.
God, we can finally understand what's written on these
that's
walls
sick.
in
That's
Egypt
amazing.
and stuff. And it's beautiful. You're like, God damn, this rock changed the world. Changed the world. Every time I see it, I'm like, without this.
Yeah, no jokes.
Huh?
Like without this, there would be no jokes or like writing
we wouldn't ever understand. All of Egypt would be a complete mystery. Like these drawings, those silly drawings, what do they know? We have no idea. We'd have to wait for AI to decipher it or whatever. Wow. Beautiful. Anyways, the next day I wake up and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go get lost.
Okay.
So I wake up.
Yeah,
I know I wanted to go check out the Big Ben, and maybe like.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I've seen it, but I wanted to see it up close. Let's go. So
it's cool. It's a cool area, but it's busy. You're just like
busy.
You're like, what the
surrounded by tourists. It was nice. So what I did, and I recommend this to anybody, if you're in a nice city, a clean city, just walk and follow your curiosity. I was walking. I'm like, oh, there's people there. So I'd walk there. I walk. Oh, that's a nice pub. Stop, have a drink. I walk. Oh, I like these flowers. Walk in this direction.
Know. That was my first experience. Yeah. Like I would be lying on the grass. I would hear someone say, "There's a great gallery over there." I'm like, really? And I would go.
And you just walk.
Yeah, and then
get lost. Loved it. Ended up walking 17 kilometers.
Wow.
In one day.
Damn.
Beautiful. I went to the. You remember you told me once we were walking, you and I, around like 3 a.m. And you pointed to the St. Paul Cathedral.
Yeah.
And you told me you have to go see it.
Yeah, it's cool. Outside is really cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
So I went to the St. Paul Cathedral. I sat. There was a... What do you call it? Organ?
An organ player?
Yeah, there was, but they were like doing the organ music.
Oh,
so
nice.
I sat down and I got to hear the organ music. Dude, that cathedral. Man, Christianity has so much money.
How big is that, man?
Because... Like in Islam, a mosque is a mosque is a mosque. In Christianity, you have a church, but if it gets really big, it's a cathedral.
It's crazy.
You invented a new word.
It's like an arena.
It's an arena for
priests.
priests. Exactly. Insane.
Yeah.
So beautiful on the inside.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's really
Sat
cool.
down and then you hear you feel so small. Cathedrals make you feel like, I'm small. Instead of the grandiosity of
especially
God or whatever.
the ones that like in this part of the world, because it's all like it feels like in North America, it's like Christianity was winding down, so the churches were smaller and gayer. Like, not as cool.
Yeah, but back,
newer,
old Catholic money or Protestant money. Is it Protestant, St. Paul?
I think it's Protestant.
Because I didn't see a lot of crosses.
Because England was Protestant.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh my God! Then you look at, I saw priests. I'm just watching them because I find there's a lot of similarities between priesthood and being a comedian. Mostly surrounded by men. It's a brotherhood. You're trying to preach something. There's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
So I'm watching them and I noticed priests, they were all wearing the black robe. And that black robe, that technology has existed for 2,000 years. It's been the same robe. But under the robe, if you look at the shoes, they're all wear modern shoes.
Sorry, go on.
They all wear modern shoes, and I found it funny that they never updated the clothing, but the shoe. There was a guy wearing like Skechers. I'm like, there's no priesthood shoes,
dude.
There's no priesthood shoes.
They really fell from grace because they used to be the rock stars. They used to get all the money, and now they're going to like Payless shoes.
Yeah, they're wearing Payless shoes.
They're buying shoes from like Winners now or whatever.
Skateboarding shoes.
Like the wheelie.
Because the guy's like, you can see he's pious and he's serious and he's like talking to a fellow, priest. And I like his like the robe lift when he's walking, and I see like Skechers. I'm like, dude,
that's hilarious.
I saw a priest. I think he was off or like on his day off because he had like the button here.
Yeah,
it was open.
It was.
I'm like, what? Like, and he had like the white flap. It was flapping here. I'm like,
yeah. And he
he's like,
were to open up and just ripped. He rips it open.
It's casual Fridays.
Yeah.
He has one button open. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my second day in London.
Nice.
My that night, by the way, I told you, right? I love shisha, and I try to smoke a shisha in every country I visit, and I haven't smoked shisha in London, which oddly enough, that was for some reason
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's also $40, 40 pounds of shisha.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's way too much.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about shisha culture. Something good happened to shisha culture that made shisha bars better. Black people appropriated shisha.
Really?
Yeah. So now smoking shisha is part of black culture.
So like Kendrick Lamar.
Drake, I think he smoked shisha in a couple of his video clips. Yeah. And here's the thing about black people that I don't know if you know. Is that black people demand good service.
Oh.
You know, for example, white people, they like, oh, the soup Nazi. Like, they like the idea of a guy who makes the best thing, but he's like he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
That would never fly.
I'd be like, excuse me. They'd be like, excuse me, motherfucker.
It'd be like, that place would close down immediately. So I try, when I find like a highly rated black the club I went to yesterday to smoke shisha is called the Blacklist. I was the only white guy. I walk in, every girl is at 10.
Whoa.
They're playing amazing music. It wasn't a lot of people, maybe like 15 people. Because they're playing like hip hop.
Well, you go
R&B.
You go to a shisha place in Montreal, it's like the most annoying lights I've ever seen. It's like neon lights that revolve between green, blue, purple, and then it goes like...
Yeah. There's a couple of good ones. But anyways, shisha was fantastic. Black girls are so hot in London. I mean, in Canada too, but I was sitting and it's just tens.
Wow.
I'm like, holy macaroni. Smoked a great shisha. Grapefruit mint.
Okay.
Fantastic taste. It was about $100. Like the shisha, and I just ordered like a soft drink. It's insane.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Wow.
So good.
Nice. What's the difference between Montreal shisha and London shisha in terms of the taste and quality? Smoke density?
As I said, the black clubs require quality.
Okay. Well, what is the quality part?
Clean.
Okay.
The shisha is clean. The shishas are nice. Because black people, they like to ball.
So like you mean the
pipe.
The ornament.
The pipe. The pipe itself is like beautiful. The beautiful design. It's new. It's hygienic. Like the hose is brand new for every shisha. Nice. The way you handle the charcoal is fantastic. It's one of the best things that ever happened to shisha culture is that it got appropriated by black people.
Wow.
Because I used to smoke great shisha back then, but it was like I used to go to the shisha Nazi. I told you about the shisha Nazi, no? So in Montreal, people from Montreal know this, but in like the late 2000s, there was a place on St. Catherine between Guy Concordia and McKay on St. Catherine called Nefertiti.
Okay.
And Nefertiti, I thought we invented the term shisha Nazi. Turns out there were other people keep calling him the shisha Nazi.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because it was the height of Seinfeld, the soup Nazi, blah, blah, blah.
So lame.
And he became
the
soup Nazi. Sorry, bouncing ditties. So he became the shisha Nazi because he had amazing shisha, but he was racist. You'd walk in, if he didn't know you, he would kick you out. He would call you the N-word. It was horrible. It was a dinner and a show. I never told you about the shisha Nazi.
No.
Oh my God, Ahmed. So for some reason he liked me. So we used to go there once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Like every night would start there. So we'd go dancing, Eddie and I or whatever. We would stop at the shisha Nazi because for $20 you had a shisha, tea, and possibly a meal. It was insane.
Wow, that's cool. And what happened to this guy?
Oh, he got. I think his place got shut down.
Cancelled?
No, there was no cancellation. Dude, I remember there was like a black guy who walked in because it was like a store where he sold like African ornaments or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And
was he baiting them to come in then?
Sorry?
He was baiting them to come in.
Dude,
just to give them abuse?
No one would ever come inside.
Oh, wow.
We had a theory that he sold drugs. That's how he made his money. Dude.
You just want to be left alone.
Black people once came up and probably like that, tried to be cool. And he's like, how much for this? And the guy looked at him and he's like, 5 Somalis. Oh. He was like, what? He's like, you heard me. And they started fighting. Like every time we'd go there, he would fight with the... Because he was like, I demand respect. You're coming into my place.
Yeah.
And he loved me. Dude, he loved me so much that once his place closed, for a couple of months, we went to his house to smoke a shisha.
Whoa, that's so odd.
And then he got racist towards my Vietnamese friend.
Oh.
And I stopped going. And here's the thing. So in 2006, I traveled with Guillaume, right? And I was good friends. My best friend was Eddie back then. And he had Eddie's number, the shisha Nazi.
Okay.
So the shisha Nazi would call Eddie. He's like, where's Amer?
No way.
Tell him I'm very sorry. I swear to God.
Whoa.
Tell him I'm very sorry for what I said.
Oh my God, she had
And
feelings.
for months he would, because I'm like, oh, you're gonna be rude
Yeah, to my
to
friends.
I'm never going back to your
Wow.
place. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We used to go to his house. He had like a big house. We'd sit outside. Like imagine here.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd just sit and smoke, and he would serve us.
He was addicted to the craft of the service
He had
to his friend.
fantastic. He had the best shisha in Montreal. He had like
Yeah.
rare tobaccos that couldn't find anywhere
Wow.
else. Like apple of Alexandria.
Wow. That sounds interesting.
It's like a green apple-ish.
It's my grandfather's from Alexandria.
So yeah, and that's why I'm happy to be in Berlin, because Berlin apparently
Has the
all
beast.
the new innovation. Because I told you, right? Germans take everything and they make it better. The donors we're gonna eat later, the Turkish came and they're like, we can improve on this.
Okay, I'm
Apparently,
excited.
the
I
best
want some donor.
donors you're gonna have are
Donor.
here.
Mhm.
Shisha, all the innovations, all the small, because innovation goes by small increments, right?
Mhm.
Okay, you know what? We'll make this better, so we'll gain 3%. We'll make this better, we'll gain 2%.
Mhm.
But it all adds up.
Okay.
Every innovation that came in the shisha world, like when I was young, it was self-lit charcoals.
Mhm.
So you would have like a chemical taste. Forget this, now it's charcoal.
Self-lit charcoals. Would you just like you tap it down and it
No,
goes-
you light it up, and
Uh-huh.
then psh, there was like a little
Oh, I remember
self-igniting,
those. I used to
self-igniting
think that was
charcoal.
normal. My friend would
Yeah.
have the
Well, you have to put a something on the charcoal, to
and
get
it would
so-
light. Yeah.
so that it would keep tasting. That technology, no one ever buys those anymore.
Wow. Okay.
No one buys like natural charcoal. The hoses used to be, it wasn't plastic hoses.
Okay.
I remember I used to smoke and there would be like rust in the hose because they used to put a spring somewhere to
Mhm.
give it a shape. These are gone. Oh, the heads now, oh my God, just the technology in the heads. Totally changed. Totally changed. I can't wait. Oh, smoke some.
Okay, yeah, I'm
the
down.
tobacco, the science of the tobacco. They have like German tobacco with different levels of nicotine. If you want to
Yeah.
get like buzz out of your ass.
Is it
and
going to be
nicotine.
$100? I don't think so. I
We'll
wouldn't.
find out.
$100. That's crazy. That's like I
'Cause
don't know. That's
like,
insane.
When I was, when
I
I
guess
went,
you would typically split it amongst people.
yeah, I guess like but I never. I'm not.
Yeah, you
I'm not
know,
s-
I never known you to share tobacco ever, or like you
like
have
you wouldn't
three.
share a cigar. We would sit
I
there.
know, right? Here
So-
you go.
So I'm excited because when I went to Egypt in
Mhm.
2006, we were like, oh, this is the birthplace of shisha. We're gonna smoke the best straight off the source, like the
Yeah.
tobacco they make it across the street.
Uh-huh.
Worst shisha of my life.
Oh no!
I got a throat infection. But it was like 50 cents. It kind of makes sense.
Wow. I'm like in my head. I'm like, let's go there.
Horrible.
That's what.
So hopefully that technology trickled down
That's hilarious.
to Egypt, but I can't wait. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe tonight. Maybe
Okay,
tonight
yeah,
after we'll eat some Turkish
Um,
donors.
Yeah, yeah. In Barcelona.
Yeah, you told me that shisha.
Yeah, there's
scene.
a lot of like everywhere. There's a lot of shisha everywhere. Like even London. Yeah, we're walking around London today. Yesterday, but we went to the Sagrada de Familia.
Do you smoke shisha in the Sagrada?
No, but it looks like the guy smokes
Yeah,
weed
oh,
out of a
yeah.
shisha or something. Like
Yeah, I
that
smoked
guy,
a lot of things.
It was
He took
like-
those magic mushrooms. Look
I
at, isn't
know,
that interesting?
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah,
We'll show you guys. There's
Take a
a
picture of that.
yeah, take a picture.
Yeah.
There's a drawing on the wall of the hostel of magic mushrooms, and
Mhm.
one of the mushrooms has an eye. I'm like, two of them. So clearly, these are
Mhm.
magic mushrooms.
Hmm. Yeah, we went to the Sagrada Familia to this guy named Gaudi. He made him. He made the whole thing. Well, he designed part of it. I'll show a picture of that. It's like a very trippy museum. Not museum. It's a very trippy church with like. Oh, this is really interesting. So I was doing an audio tour, right? And there was parts they would explain why certain things look a certain way, and like at the inside, it looked like. On one side of the church, there's like these arches, not these arches, like these support beams that come up, and they have like these weird like indentations, and according to like the design, it's supposed to look like muscles being tensed to hold it up, you know. And then at the top, you see like these more supports, and it looks like there's like these very white, weird. It's supposed to be like ribs. Looks like the inside of a body, basically. So you see like it's like a rib cage, like. And it's like, and it's looks very physical, like a very like body morphy kind of on the outside. It looks like a weird arms like being ripped open and stuff. You're like, and then in the middle of that you see it's like the story of Jesus' betrayal. It shows like him being like kissed by Judas, and then like the Roman soldiers, and then the Jesus in the cross in the middle, and it's all like it's like a story being told, all like.
Did you sit down and pray?
No, I didn't.
Anyone sits down and pray, or is it?
It was so busy. Like
it's like more of a touristy.
Yeah. I don't know if they do even services there. There's.
That's a shame. I always pray, even if I go, whether I go to a church, a mosque, or a synagogue. I always sit down. I do one prayer for my dead grandma.
Yeah. Oh no, I know.
Like in the St. Paul Cathedral, I sat down. Like I'm gonna do a prayer for my grandma.
And what was really cool on the inside, there's like these stained glass where the light comes through, and it's like, you usually stained glass and the light comes through. It's not super potent or very intense. It was like lights up the whole room with like red on one side and blue on the other side. In the middle, it goes all green or whatever the color it is. Either yellow or green. I'm guessing I don't know, purple maybe. It's really trippy.
I need to go there.
Really, and then we go to this park that the same guy designed. It's like this really trippy park. He made like a whole area. It's so far. It was so hot. We're walking. I had a backpack. I'm like, it was so far. I thought it would be close by. And then really there's like these trippy houses and stuff in this park, and it's like a nice walk that goes around. There's all these cool like statues he made and shit. Yeah.
You didn't smoke shisha in the
No, I didn't smoke shisha.
in Barcelona. I'm curious.
I did have tapas for the first time.
Yeah?
Really good.
What do you think of tapas? Is this entrees, right?
It's yeah, it is actually, but it's an entrees. If you go to a good tapas place, you get like entrees that are like, it's like part of a meal. Like I had a big bowl of like mussels and lobster broth,
Ooh.
They were really, really good. And then next to that, I had like some sort of fish that was really good. And next to that, I had like potatoes. And then next to that, I had like some beef or whatever.
There's someone playing the trombone.
Yeah, it sounds like.
There's someone playing the trombone. Because we were bo bo bo. I saw a lady with bouncing boobs playing the guitar, walking with a trombone. Bo bo bo.
It's the boners.
Bow, 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 bow.
No, it was good. I like tapas. I had it like a couple of times.
You know, maybe I'll go there next year. Sorry,
It was so good. And then on the last day, we went to the beach a couple times. So nice.
Nice beach.
Oh,
Mediterranean. Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it must be.
It must be. Yeah, it's hot.
No, but like it's not. Yeah, it's the Mediterranean.
It must be
I don't know
Mediterranean.
where's
Me
Barcelona
neither.
on the Spanish coast.
I have no.
Is it
idea.
like it's above
I could look at it.
Gibraltar? Yeah.
I could look at it, but anyway, who cares? But like
The Detroit of Gibraltar.
the Detroit.
Is it the Detroit? No, what is it? Le Detroit de Gibraltar.
Yeah,
No, that's south. That's
lot
like
well, it's owned
Alhambra.
by England, right? Or it's a Republic of England, Gibraltar.
Gibraltar,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the last days, because we did so much, but our flight was until like 5 p.m. So we're like, we need to make the most of it. So we go to the beach. The best thing about the beach is you don't need to bring anything to the beach.
Hmm?
You show up with a towel. People walk like cold beer. A guy has like a €2 for a big beer.
Wow.
You're sitting on the beach. You don't have to bring in no cooler. People, you want to go food, you go buy some food. It's so nice.
Beach food is always
And
just fries at the beach.
yeah, you're just eating. Yeah, it's
with
really
like
good.
warm ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about fries,
Yeah.
like really, really salty
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah.
You're salty because of the sea.
Oh.
You're eating and you're drinking like it's just a 3.5%, like a
Very
light beer.
Yeah, it was. We had really.
It's like a Coca-Cola that keeps you buzzed.
Mhm. Yeah.
Something so fun.
And then one of the last days, we were like, okay, let's go find. I don't want tapas. I just want kind of like a regular, like a nice meal,
Yeah.
but that's like very like beachy meal,
Did you eat? Sorry, did you eat? I've seen so many videos of this. They take like a big pig, and they put it on a
Oh.
machine that looks like a fat U, and they slice like really thin pieces of that pig.
Oh, you know where that might be Madrid.
Yeah.
But I would remember.
No.
I think that because they do have like I didn't see any of that shit, but I have heard of that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a
Yeah.
piece of a pig.
Yeah.
They
No.
cut really, 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 really thin.
And they make sandwiches out of it or something. Or?
Yeah, you make sandwich, or you can eat it because they're really thin. I don't think it's cooked. I think it's just cured.
Oh.
Or dried.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Mhm.
It looks. I want to try. I would try. I don't eat pork, but just the idea of like
Oh.
for some reason really thin meat
Mhm.
captures my attention. Like,
Really thin meat.
really thin. Like apparently, it's the pig eats only not walnuts, hazelnuts.
Yeah.
So the meat has a specific.
Mhm.
There's a freaking orchestra.
It's cool. Maybe it's the beer garden.
Oh, you think?
They said the beer garden's around the corner. Why not? You know how like you go to a bar, sometimes there's a guy with a guitar. Here's a guy with the oboe.
There's a whole orchestra. There's an oboe.
It's an oboe over there. But one of the last meals we had, it was like a 3-course lunch meal.
Yeah.
Because we saw $12.50 lunch menu. I'm like, really? And then it was like an entree. What was the entree? It was like I can't remember. But we had a steak.
Yeah.
And then a cheesecake dessert. And I was talking to the guy because I know a little bit of French and he's speaking Spanish, and he's like answering me, talking to me in Spanish, and I'm like kind of getting it because it sounds like French a bit. And Claire's like, what the guy? At the end he asked if I want dessert, and I'm like, what do you have? You know, like I kind of try to somehow piece together words, and he's like fromage casa kiko, and I was like, oh, cheesecake. And she's like, how the did you know that? I'm like, oh, it sounds like cheesecake. I don't know.
Was it cheesecake?
Yeah, cheesecake.
Nice.
So good. Anyway, and then we flew. Dude, it was so hot every single day. And then we flew to Newcastle, and it was freezing.
On the last meal I had in the UK, I was looking for restaurants, but I wanted a restaurant that is A, not touristy, B, that is like not super expensive, like a staple. You know what I mean? Like in Montreal, we have staples, like you go to Schwartz.
Yeah.
It's still touristy, but like a staple.
Yeah.
So I found one called the Roti King. It's a Malaysian restaurant.
Okay.
I get there and there's a lineup. I'm like, God damn it. I don't like doing lineups. I don't do lineups. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I walked an hour and a half to get there.
Okay.
From St. Paul Cathedral. Yeah. I'm like, I'm just going to rest my legs, so I'm going to wait in line. I'm like, okay, I see everyone is a table of 2. I'm all alone. So I'm like, okay, sure. It took maybe 10, 15 minutes to get in. Dude, it was so freaking good.
Roti King? What is it?
Roti is like a type of bread.
Okay.
And it comes with a curry. And you can choose the curry with beef, with mutton, with chicken. I got one with the chicken. So flavorful. Just explosion of flavor in your mouth.
Nice.
And then I had the fried chicken, like their version of fried chicken. So good.
Damn.
Oh my god, it was just delicious in my mouth. And then they had like their own malty chocolate milk. 4 pounds, by the way, for a glass of chocolate milk.
Man,
so good.
Oh wow.
Oh my god, one of the best meals ever. Oh, there was like 20 pounds in total. So
that's not bad.
Goddamn good.
Oh, remember you said like Barcelona has like the locals hate the tourists or whatever.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I felt a little like, okay, there's 2 times I felt specifically that.
When you were insulting? I was throwing
when
rocks.
I was going like
Ole!
Toro!
Muchacho.
Muchacho. Where's the bicho?
Hey, Mexican boy. Sir, this is España. Okay, listen.
Dignified.
Hey, Cuba. Give me some...
Ramo. There was it was like very split-second moments where I was like... I felt like a white woman being this, whatever it's called, like indignant. Like so I had this travel
contention.
There's a little bit of contention in the air. You know? So I read this. I was reading this book. We got a Barcelona like guidebook, and it said like one of this bar looked amazing. It was like in this artist community. In the back there's like a beautiful like garden, and there's like this big tree, and it's lit up. I'm like, we're going there, and it was really far, and it was the end of the night. It was after like a spot, I can't remember, whatever. And then we're going, and then it's like down this alleyway, and it's like everything's shut, everything's like but we see people going in and out of places, and it's all doors, but there's no sign or anything, and there's not even address thing. We have to like kind of, and so we're looking, and we hear like a party going on. We hear a party, and I knock on the door, and then this guy opens it. It's like almost like out of like Pinocchio or something. It's like, it's not a door. You see a door, it touches the ground. The door was like in the middle. Oh. So it was like, and the guy's like,
yes. It's like a door in a door.
There was a door in a door. You know that little the face doors? Like in Lord of the Rings?
Who goes there? But you have to do this, like to get, like you have to like this, the door. Oh my god, okay.
Weird. And then I was like, could we come in for a drink? Then he opens the real door. And he's like, hey, what? I'm like, can you come in for a drink? And he's like, and we hear a big, hey, he's a jolly good fellow in the background. And he's like, no, we're closed. And he shuts the door on us. And all you hear is, we're like, oh, and it looks so cool.
Not for
But I
you.
was thinking,
El
like,
turisto.
it's an actor musician community, and I'm like, hey, I'm not an actor, but
I'm an artist.
I play one in a movie, or I'll play one on
You're an
stage.
artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist, but I
have a
didn't seem very
podcast.
artistic.
Did you say good night podcast?
I didn't. I
I said like
Mucho
buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches podcast.
And then at one point we wanted to go to the swimming pool. Depending, there's a really cool swimming pool, like a really fancy one with like a bar, and it's all like fun. And we wanted to do like a bougie thing, you know. And we go, and this lady's like, "Oh no," she's like, "No inglés." And then I'm like, "No inglés," and I was thinking like, how do you say? I was like, "Piscina." I said piscina, and she's like, and then she writes down a number, and it's like it was like the most like I'm not gonna pay like it would have been like I can't remember, but it was like an amount that we're like, what? I'll just go to the beach. I'm not gonna pay that amount, so we just left. And she was even like, like give me these like dumb. I was
that's the last. Like even liberals hate tourists.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like liberals not like everyone's. Like, you can have any gender you want, any color of skin you want.
Yeah.
Any body shape, but if you're a tourist in my city, I'm gonna be racist towards you.
But there's some people, like let's say people work at the bars or the restaurants, so nice. Like they would see that I was enjoying the meal, and they'd be like, well, "Very good, dude."
Is it a tip? Do you have to tip?
Yeah, we'd give tip. Yeah,
okay.
but not that much. No,
okay,
it's like €3.
Okay, there's no tip.
For on a meal, you would give like 2 or 3
there's
pounds.
There's a service
maybe.
charge,
yeah,
but there's no tip.
Service charge. And then geez, I forgot.
Is this recording, by the way? Is everything recording?
It should be.
Sorry, I'm a bit tipsy right now. Guys, welcome to the tipsy, the dark side of the podcast, where I am a little tipsy and we're hungry, and I just ate half a box of Pringles as a meal. That's all I ate today. And a bar of nuts. Dude!
Oh, okay, one thing. Okay,
Yeah.
this is what came to me. This is something I found extremely interesting. So, Barcelona is very diverse.
Yeah.
Like with the locals. It's
Yeah.
not just Spanish guys and shit. It's like tons of Arabic people.
Yeah.
Crazy amount of Chinese people.
Chinese.
That all
Chinese?
just talk Spanish. They're not.
What?
They're like as if they were there for generations.
What?
Weird.
I did not know that.
And they all own most bars we went to. Like these are old bars, right?
Owned by the Chinese?
Chinese people, and they're like they're working, and it's like the family, like the mother and the father and the daughters all
Ni
working
hao,
there.
senor. Like
I swear
literally,
to-
they're
we
Chinese.
go to this one place. It is like
Oh man, I
in
would
the
love to
oldest
see-
part of town.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a small, puny bar, really cool, old, and it's owned by Chinese people.
Whoa.
I was not
And they speak fluent
perfect. They don't even speak
Chinese.
English.
Oh.
So I didn't even know what to say. I was like, beer, cerveza. And they're like,
Well.
interesting though.
But what's the story? Did you?
I don't know. I didn't speak English.
No, but like, did you Google why are there?
Oh, I should Google.
If you Google why are there so many Chinese in Barcelona? Why are there so many Chinese? You'll get you'll go on an incel Reddit website. There's too many Chinese in Barcelona.
Funny.
I am.
I left. I arrived.
I can't read. Wow, Barcelona has one of the largest Chinese communities in Spain, with about a quarter of the country's registered Chinese citizens
That's
living in
great.
what? The Chinese
Yeah,
community in Barcelona. But why? Can you type why without,
Well, I did
without
why.
sounding racist?
But why?
¿Por qué?
Yeah.
¿Por
Oh,
qué?
19.
In 1990.
I don't know.
Okay, we have no idea, guys. If you guys know, let us know.
Oh, they were there since 1920s.
Since the
As
1920s.
working as peddlers. I don't know what a peddler is. That a person that sells?
Yeah,
Peddler?
they peddle, they sell stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So, guys, if you know why there's so many
Yeah.
Chinese,
And yeah.
so
No, cool.
I have a bone to pick.
Yeah.
So this trip, I calculated that I'll be doing 8 airports
Oh,
because yeah,
that's a lot.
there's a lot of airports. So I'm doing 3 airports in the UK, 1 airport in Berlin, and then on the way to the third destination, there's a pit stop in Barcelona. And
How many days? Just like an hour.
Just an hour. And then taking the plane
Oh.
to the final destination. So, dude, it's great. First of all, the amount of shops in the airports blows my mind every time.
To get to your gate, you walk through 10 minutes of shops.
You're a mall. You walk through a mall.
The Stansted one today, I was like, this.
It was insane.
I hate this.
Stansted is a mall
Yeah.
with planes
For Ryanair
sometimes.
only.
Yeah. It's a Ryanair mall, and you could take a plane if you want, sure,
Yeah.
but shop.
Yeah, shop and drink and eat Burger
Yeah.
King and
It blows my mind. Every airport I visit, you can buy anything. Anything you want to buy.
Any type of perfume, watch.
Any type of perfume,
running
watch,
shoes,
bag, clothes.
soccer balls and shit.
You know what's the only thing you can't buy at an airport? Regular size chocolate bars.
Oh yeah, they're screwing you.
Chocolate bars. You either have to like a 4.2 pound Cadbury chocolate. Can I have just one? Just one. Like it's every a Toblerone for a family of 5.
You gotta eat your chocolate at security. You're like,
it's insane.
Yeah.
I just wanted something to fill my time. I know I was gonna eat till late. Like, can I just have a regular size chocolate bars?
Yeah.
There's none. Where can you buy a regular size chocolate bar? You can buy beer, vodka,
oh my God,
perfume. You can buy perfume. Who decided, by the way, that you can buy perfume on a plane? Like, how did we get to that?
I don't know. I think it's just like people are drawn to the word duty free for some reason.
Yeah, duty.
Right? They're like duty.
Yeah, but why is there duty on perfume? You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's taxes. You don't pay tax. You don't have to pay tariffs on the way back.
But you have to pay taxes on everything. Why are perfume?
But let's say if you buy a bunch of shit in London. I get it. Right? Okay.
But why are perfume such a hot sell at airports and in planes?
I'll tell you what. This is okay. So Claire needed to get a present for her mom's birthday. You're at the airport. You put it to the last second. Everybody's last second. Oh God, it's my mom's birthday. I'm traveling to see graduation. Oh, it's my son's bar mitzvah. Oh my God, my son is gay. Like, I need to buy perfume. You know. So it's always, and you're like, oh, I'll go buy a chocolate bar for my son, or perfume for my son, or this. So it's like the last second they got you covered.
I'm blown away by them.
How much?
I'm so close of stealing at an airport. Like today at Stansted.
They'll put you on like the.
Dude, I was looking. I'm like, I went to a store. No one was working there. I looked around. Yeah. There's no cashiers.
No.
You have to cash out yourself. I didn't see any security. So I didn't find a chocolate bar that is not 4.2 pounds. I found like a granola bar. So I'm like, I could steal this right now. Yeah. I never stole anything in my life. So yeah, if I steal anything, it's gonna be at the airport.
Send you back to Lebanon, man. They'll be like, I'm from Canada.
Dude,
like,
you walk in and there's like a fridge with sandwiches. I'm like, I could just take a sandwich.
No, but British people are so weirdly like such.
Steal in another. Listen, out of all the airports I'm gonna visit, I would probably I'm not gonna steal in like a third world country. But guys, if you subscribe and you listen and you help us grow this podcast,
pay our taxes.
You will pay our taxes. Are we an hour yet?
Yeah, we're an hour.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
We're gonna go eat a doner kebab. We love you guys very much. Next podcast, we're gonna record it somewhere. Not special. In the backyard. This was the recap.
Nice. Well, I still have more to say. I have more stories. Wow, I went all England.
Oh yeah.
I was gone. Wedding. Oh. I was like a crazy amount of drinking for 10, and then like crazy amount of like just different people trying to catch up with Claire. Oh my God, I did another spot in England.
Oh really?
Yeah, this spot in. So.
Well, guys, stay tuned. The next one we're gonna record it next to Hitler's bunker or something.
Yeah.
All right. We love you. Good night. Bye everybody. Bye. I love you, Eugene. Mwah.